Welcome to the Stargazers channel, and welcome back for another deep dive into best jobs for each zodiac sign.
Great to be here.
Today we're focusing on the Chinese Zodiac sign of the dog. We'll be exploring the careers that might just be the best fit for this particular archetype.
Exactly. We're going to unpack the core traits of those born under the dog sign and see how these characteristics naturally line up with different professions.
It's like finding the astrological sweet spot for a career path.
Precisely. Understanding their inherent nature helps point towards fulfilling work.
Okay, let's jump right in then. What really defines someone born in the year of the dog? What are those core characteristics?
Well, fundamentally, dogs are incredibly observant. They tend to notice details others might overlook. And this observation skill is often paired with a really strong sense of justice.
Observant and fair-minded. Interesting combination.
Very much so. They're also quite straightforward, honest communicators. They prefer getting right to the point. Persistence is another huge trait.
Persistent, how so?
Once they commit to something, they're incredibly tenacious. But always with that sense of fairness, they're also naturally protective, not just of themselves, but, for the people they care about.
Okay.
And often, there's a hidden vein of creativity combined with really solid planning abilities. They dislike carelessness, though. Big time.
Right, so reliable, enterprising, hardworking. Earnest sounds like a good summary word, too.
Earnest is perfect. They bring a genuine quality to what they do.
So with all that in mind, observant, just direct, persistent, creative planner, what jobs click with this profile?
Well, that strong sense of justice and keen observation, it often points them towards legal or investigative fields. Think lawyers, judges.
Makes sense.
Even interviewers. Their honesty and fair attitude are key. They can ask the direct questions needed.
No dancing around the issues there. And their direct communication style, how else does that play out professionally?
That straightforwardness, plus a real desire to be helpful.
Yeah.
It makes them potentially great teachers or doctors. They value that clear face-to-face interaction.
Like getting straight to the diagnosis or the lesson plan.
Exactly. Getting straight to the point to help someone effectively. It's about practical solutions and clear information.
Yeah, you definitely want a doctor who's direct. Okay, let's talk about that persistence you mentioned earlier. Where does that drive really shine?
Yes. That persistence, often combined with a competitive streak, can make them successful in areas like, say, civil service. You need tenacity there.
Definitely.
Or maybe programming, where you're constantly tackling problems. Even bloggers or advertising planners, where you need consistent effort to stand out. They'll really try their best in competitive spaces.
So they're not afraid to put in the work and face a challenge. What about the creative side you touched on?
Right, the creativity. It often pairs beautifully with their planning skills. They can dream up these really original ideas, but then also map out how to make them happen.
So imagination plus execution.
Precisely. Roles needing both wild ideas and strategic planning are great. They get a lot of satisfaction seeing those plans come to fruition.
Okay, I saw something specific in our notes. A love for cartoons leading to animation. Tell me more about that connection.
Yeah, that's an interesting one. It speaks to how a deep-seated passion, maybe something loved since childhood, can fuel their dedication. Their loyalty and creativity find a great home in bringing animated stories to life.
Harnessing that earnestness for something they genuinely love. I like that.
It's a powerful motivator.
And what about, say, the fast-paced world of advertising or marketing?
Oh, definitely a potential fit. A dog's ability to brainstorm lots of ideas, plus their knack for understanding what people want that's valuable.
Attuned to customer preferences.
Very much so. They can bring innovative ideas to campaigns, but also that reliability factor.
Yes.
Sticking to the plan, meeting deadlines.
Creativity and dependability. A strong combo. Now, looking at the other side, are there careers that might be, a bit trickier for a dog?
It's suggested that maybe a role like a telephone operator might be less of a natural fit.
Why is that?
It often comes down to that inherent honesty. They might find it difficult to, phrase things delicately or diplomatically when the situation calls for it. That directness might not always work well in nuanced customer service calls.
Okay. That straightforwardness could be challenging in roles needing careful wording. Understood. Let's switch gears slightly to workplace relationships. Who do dogs typically work well with, astrologically speaking?
The tiger, the rabbit, and the horse are often highlighted as ideal working partners. Collaborations with these signs are generally seen as leading to success and a positive work environment.
Good signs to look out for in colleagues, then. What about partnerships that work but maybe need a bit more effort or specific collaboration?
The monkey and the rooster can be good partners too, but there's an interesting idea that the best results come when a dog works with both a monkey and a rooster together.
Like a specific team dynamic.
Exactly. It suggests that the trio creates a synergy, balancing out different strengths for optimal results.
Fascinating. And on the flip side, any signs that might lead to more friction or challenges in a professional setting for a dog?
Yes, traditionally, the ox, the dragon, and the sheep are seen as potentially more challenging pairings.
Why is that?
With the dragon, it's often down to fundamentally different personalities and values that can cause clashes. With the ox and sheep, issues around perhaps self-centeredness or a lack of mutual trust could hinder smooth teamwork.
Good to keep those potential dynamics in mind. Now, shifting to advice. Are there any specific astrological tips for dogs looking to boost their career, luck, or fortune?
Absolutely. A key piece of advice is to cultivate a wider perspective. Learn from workplace setbacks rather than just getting frustrated.
So focus on the lesson learned.
Precisely. Extract the value, adjust the approach, don't just dwell on the disappointment.
That's solid advice for anyone, really. What else?
Another important tip is to really focus their energy on demonstrating their hard work and dedication. Let their actions speak for themselves to gain recognition.
Rather than complaining or blaming.
Exactly. Their earnest effort and persistence are their best tools for advancement. Focus on redoubling efforts, not pointing fingers.
Great practical tips. Okay, to make this more concrete, let's talk famous examples. Who are some well-known people born under the sign of the dog?
Well, there are quite a few prominent ones. A very recognizable name is Donald Trump, born June 14, 1946. His career path has included business, television, and, of course, being the 45th and 47th U.S. president.
A very public figure indeed. Who else?
Another significant figure born in a dog year is Kim Jong-un, born January 8, 1983. He is, as you know, the supreme leader of North Korea.
Two very influential individuals from vastly different contexts. It's certainly interesting to think about how those core dog traits might or might not manifest in their public lives and careers.
It really is. Astrology just offers one lens, a framework for considering potential strengths, tendencies, and how they might influence a professional path.
Well, we hope this deep dive into the best jobs for the dog zodiac sign has given you some valuable insights, whether for your own path or understanding colleagues.
Yes, considering these influences can offer a unique perspective on careers and work relationships.
Thank you so much for joining us on The Stargazers. And just a reminder, there is a link in the description if you're interested in a personalized reading. Thank you for watching, and until next time, God bless.